The girl arrived at the mall with her bodyguards, ready to buy every luxury item in sight. When she saw a handbag she had loved for a long time, she immediately pulled out the bank card her husband had given her. But the card reader suddenly beeped, saying there were insufficient funds. Her face instantly turned pale with embarrassment, so she decided to settle for a pair of sporty socks worth only $100. Yet, when the clerk swiped the card again, it still showed insufficient balance. Furious, the girl became convinced her husband was mocking her. With no other choice, she left the mall with her bodyguards in humiliation. Just outside, she heard a street vendor selling ice cream, only $5 a cone. Determined to test just how low her husband's limit went, she walked toward the vendor. Standing before him, she boldly held out her card and said she wanted an ice cream. The vendor was stunned and asked if she really needed to swipe for $5. But when he saw the intimidating bodyguards behind her, he quickly brought out the reader. With hopeful eyes, the girl watched as the payment went through. At last, she had successfully bought her ice cream. But one of the bodyguards quietly reminded her the card now had nothing left. Moments later, the furious girl stormed back home and slammed the card onto her husband's desk. With heavy sarcasm, she told him to keep the card safe so no thief would steal it. She was starving after shopping all day without eating a single bite, but too angry to admit it. Fortunately, the maid had already prepared dinner in advance. The girl eagerly devoured all the pasta. Afterward, she was ready to go to her room to rest. Her husband, worried she might get hungry later, told her to eat a little more. But she snapped that she was already full of anger, not appetite. Seeing her empty plate only made her husband smirk, which infuriated her even more. As he walked away smugly, she vowed to make sure his mother knew exactly how he treated her. Soon, she went with her husband to visit her mother-in-law. But before she could speak, her husband stuffed fruit into her mouth, ordering her to eat and stay quiet. Inside, the girl cursed him silently in rage. Just then, her mother-in-law entered the living room, smiling warmly. The girl quickly stepped forward to complain, pretending to be sweet. She said she had seen a scarf while shopping that would look perfect on her mother-in-law. Then she deliberately tossed the box of ice cream to the floor. Her husband instantly realized she had come to tattle on him. Picking up the ice cream, the girl said emotionally that it was a little treat her husband had bought her. She explained that the money on the card had been just enough to buy that one ice cream, so she had kept it close, too sentimental to eat it. Her husband's younger brother burst out laughing, teasing him for being so stingy. Afraid his mother might scold him, the husband quickly covered his wife's mouth, telling her they would talk about everything once they got home. But as the girl looked at her mother-in-law's face, she noticed the faint, knowing smile that promised trouble ahead.